Dante Starshine here. Welcome to this video in which I'm going to share about the channeling course launching a little over a month from now, and I'm really excited to begin this journey again because the first time it was such a powerful experience for everybody in the group and also for myself. And after having gone through the journey once, I have a clear idea of what is really involved. So I'm opening the invitation for you for a 13-week journey of learning how to channel, learning how to work with certain intuitive tools that can help you stay clear whatever you're doing with your life, and can also help you step into the role of being a healer or a channel, or however you want to use these gifts. So the course is broad in its scope, and some people from the initial group began their channeling practice or took an existing practice of channeling and healing to a whole nother level, and others gained a lot of tools for their self-work and really went through a personal transformation of the belief systems that were limiting them and preventing them from living their full potential and blocking some of their psychic gifts. So whether or not you intend to become a channel, this course sets you up to live in a more intuitive way and trust in yourself and use your inner resources to just be a happier and more brilliant person, a more brilliant contributor to this collective healing process we're all in. So in the course we have pre-recorded modules that you can watch on your own time every week, and the modules are usually around like 40 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's shorter, and that you can watch on your own time. And we meet for a weekly call in which we kind of discuss the materials, and there's also that process of personal sharing, as the tools and the experiences that we go through in the course are something that we want to apply in all aspects of our life. So we want to check in every week to see how this is really integrating and what's coming up. So it's a container for that personal process of transformation. And if you're not comfortable sharing with everyone in the group, there is the opportunity to just listen and learn from that. Not everyone in the first round was always sharing, but everyone got a lot out of the sharing that other people were bringing into the container. So we have that call, and that often includes a live meditation or a channeling session with the Pleiadian Council to kind of get their perspective as well. And that's about 2 hours, and it's set now for 12 p.m. Mountain Time every Sunday, though some people may want to change that. It's seeming that that is the case, so we will likely find something that really works perfectly for everybody's schedule, being as accommodating as we can for everybody who wants to hop in this journey of the course. So how does the whole journey unfold? We begin with practices to set ourselves up to channel, and also practices to set up to live in a flow state. So the key in this first aspect of it is to really let go of hesitation and return to our authentic state, where we're knowing fully what we are desiring to experience, and we are allowing fully for our heart to guide us. And it's here in the heart where the channeled beings come through. Of course, we're speaking the messages, but we receive clearly from the heart, and we learn how to get into this meditative state that facilitates channeling. And then people are encouraged to see how that wants to uniquely flow through their channel, because everybody is going to have their own way to bring this in. It can be writing, it can be vocal channeling like I'm doing most of the time, it can even be art, it can be light language, it can be just messages received in meditation and then later brought into channeling. And this was how it was working for me initially at first, was I would just receive all of this information and I would kind of store it or hold on to it and share it with people, but it didn't come through immediately right away. And what I found doing the course the first time was everyone has their own experience of that. So simultaneously, as we're learning the tools to channel, we're also learning to live in a flow state, which means to fully bring yourself into your heart in every moment and make every decision, take every act from this place of truly feeling your heart's magnetism pulling you in that direction, not living from this mental space of what you should do or what your conditioning tells you to do, but being fully in a flow state. And when we do that, that actually changes our brainwave state as well. And so it's a very beautiful way to prepare ourselves to step into channel more. And that alone, like the sort of support and the reflections and the container that holds you accountable to continue to show up in that authentic, passionate way, does so much for people. And when people found themselves kind of drifting from the channeling work throughout the course because of, the things that come up in life, they would return to that flow state, that first initial core teaching, and all of the experience we had around that, and it would allow for a lot of things to move and open. So we also learn different ways of channeling, like working with light languages and working with sound, toning, and beyond that, we start to develop different tools that help us refine our channel, because channeling is not that hard at all, and many people are surprised how effortless it is once they have that supportive container and the tools to really get it to work. It just flows. But we can sometimes distort the channeled information or the channeled beings through our own belief systems and through our own biases that are the result of things we may have experienced in this lifetime or in other lifetimes. So we start to add on these tools that help us to really dive deep into our past experiences, like childhood trauma, or childhood trauma, there's an association that must be something big and intense and abusive, but to an extent we all hold childhood trauma, and there's a process of reparenting yourself with the wisdom that you've gained over your life and the wisdom you're gaining from your spiritual awakening, so that your inner child is fully allowed to express themselves through you now, and there is none of this residual hurt that can distort the information and distort the way that you are perceiving others in the world around you. And this tool is also something you can then share with other people as well. The inner child work, and of course the past life or future life work, where we are learning to tap into these astral realms to experience transformation. And it extends as well into dreaming and astral projection in general. So we're really spending time getting comfortable in these non-ordinary states of consciousness, or trance states, or astral states, or higher dimensional states. There's many languages that we can use to describe this, and you'll find with my work that I want to give people as many terms as possible, so when someone is describing the same thing in a different language or with different terms, they still understand the core of it. So we're doing this astral work for a lot of it, and on those astral planes, when we get comfortable and lucid in them, we start to be able to use those states to allow for clearer connection with our guides to come through as well. So that part was really powerful for everybody in the first group. And as all of that comes to integrate and we get comfortable working in those realms, we bring more focus to what it's really like to channel or do this healing work for other people or for groups, because there's a lot of parts within ourselves that can come up, and there's a lot of aspects of healing that perhaps we aren't fully prepared for, because when we're working with people, things come up and people's projections come up, and we face the internal doubt complexes we have inside that take a bit of reflection and support to really overcome and be fully confident in shining your light. And really, that's what the world needs now, is people who are stable pillars of light and connection to higher realms and higher energies, to bring that frequency into a world that is transforming. So there's so much chaos in the world. When we create order and alignment within ourselves, that ripples out and impacts everybody around us. So whether or not you decide that you're going to be a channel or a healer at all, to an extent you're already a channel because you're channeling yourself, and you're already a healer because you're in this journey of self-discovery and alignment within yourself. And the work that you're doing in that way does impact the world around you. So whether or not you're going to call yourself a healer or a channel, everyone's a healer and a channel. And we're learning how to establish a clear framework of that, get clear in the tools, get clear in our connection, so that we can really leave the most powerful, brilliant impact on the world possible. And let that love ripple out so that this new earth we are all kind of tuned into and wanting to create really becomes a reality, and that potential becomes fully actualized within ourselves and around us. So I love doing this, and this was such a beautiful journey for me the first round as well, and I trust that it's only going to get better. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Best is email or social media. So shoot me a message and we can discuss the details further. And it's a sliding scale program, so the packages you'll see on the website, and I'm pretty flexible. If people are in a challenging situation where they cannot afford this, there's ways we can work it out. And there are of course payment plans, so there's no pressure to get that in. Get it in at your own pace, and we'll make it work, and you can fully enjoy the benefits of this and maybe channel some of the gifts that you're developing into more abundance in your own way. So yeah, message me with any questions. There's another video of the testimonials from the students from the first round, and you can check that out to see how it directly impacted them and gain even more clarity with it. And I think that's everything. Beyond that, if you're not willing to or not ready to hop on board this time with the channeling course, I'm still going live every Friday. Check it out on my Facebook page or check out the replays here. You can subscribe on Patreon, and I'm launching the Patreon channeling community where you can have more private access to group sessions and the recorded content from those sessions, one a month for now. So check out the Patreon site for that. And anyway, much love and blessings to you, and look forward to connecting in future videos. Ciao for now. Much love and blessings.